People will say that you don't need a ton of tools to start doing leathercraft, and honestly, most of that holds up to be true. When you're first getting started, it's easy to look at somebody else's workshop and think you need dozens of specialized tools before you can make anything worthwhile. But the reality is that a lot of great leather projects can be made with a pretty basic setup. As you go through and do more and more projects, you might start to have the temptation just to get this tool for this project, or that tool for this other thing, just to make it a little easier or make the end result come out a little cleaner. Before you know it, you've got a drawer full of tools that barely get used. But out of all the tools that exist in leathercraft, there's only one category of tool that you're guaranteed to need no matter what you're making. What is that exactly? It's blades. You need a solid set of blades because no matter what, you need to break down leather, make shapes, cut details, trim edges, and prepare pieces for assembly. Whether you're making a simple card holder, a belt, a wallet, or something much more advanced, you're going to spend a lot of time cutting leather. Today, I'm going to break down what I think is the perfect set of blades to have that will get you through a huge chunk of projects on your leathercraft journey. The goal is to keep things simple so that you don't end up with a bunch of different knives that overlap each other, but you also don't end up trying to force one blade to do every single job. So let's get into it. First off, let's start off with the utility knife. This is an absolute must-have for effectively breaking down full hides into smaller pieces that you can actually work with. When you're using a utility knife, you aren't really focused on extreme accuracy. You're more focused on efficiency. If you've ever bought a full hide before, you know that maneuvering around that much leather can be kind of awkward. A utility knife makes it really easy to cut through sections and get your material down to a manageable size before moving on to more precise cuts. A good utility knife can help you break down a full hide in just a few minutes, and that's a huge time saver. Another major advantage is the convenience factor. Once the blade gets dull, you don't need to stop and sharpen it. You simply swap in a fresh blade and you just keep working. That's one of the reasons I think every leather worker should have one nearby. It's simple, affordable, and incredibly useful. Next up is going to be the Japanese skiving knife. If I could only keep one traditional leathercraft knife on my bench, this would probably be it. The knife is extremely versatile. It makes cutting short to medium length straight lines very easy. And with a little bit of practice, you can also handle gentle curves surprisingly well. It gives you a lot more control than a utility knife, which makes it a great choice for cutting out wallet panels, card pockets, straps, and all kinds of patterned pieces. But the real reason this knife earns a spot in the lineup is right here in the name. It can skive. For anyone new to leathercraft, skiving is basically the process of thinning down certain areas of leather. This becomes really important when you're laying multiple pieces together because leather thickness adds up pretty quickly. For example, if you're making a wallet, you might want to thin the edges of your pockets so they stack more cleanly and create less bulk. Sometimes you only need to remove a small amount of material, and a Japanese skiving knife is perfect for that. Instead of needing a separate skiving machine or another specialized tool, this knife can handle both cutting and skiving duties. That versatility is what makes it such a valuable part of a beginner or intermediate setup. Now for the final blade in the lineup, the detail knife. I've been using this one called a metal pen knife from a brand named Stedi, and it's quickly become one of my most used tools. It uses 4mm carbon steel blades that are incredibly sharp and cut through leather like butter. The blade is all about precision. Whenever you need to make tight curves, intricate cuts, rounded corners, decorative accents, or other detailed work, this is the knife you'll want to reach for. There are certain cuts that are simply difficult to make cleanly with a large knife, and that's where a detail knife really shines. For example, if you're cutting the curved top edge of a wallet pocket or adding decorative design elements to a project, having a smaller blade gives you significantly more control. It also helps reduce mistakes because you're only exposing a tiny portion of the blade at a time. That makes it easier to see exactly where you're cutting and follow your line more accurately. When you combine the utility knife, the Japanese skiving knife, and detail knife, you end up with a setup that covers just about every cutting task you're likely to run into. The utility knife handles the heavy lifting, the Japanese skiving knife handles the majority of your general cutting and skiving, and the detail knife takes care of the fine work. Together, these three blades complement each other really well, and each one fills a specific role without creating a lot of overlap. Those are the three musketeers of blades that I think cover about 95% of projects that most beginners and intermediate leather workers will take on. Could you buy more knives? Absolutely. There are plenty of specialty knives out there. But if you're trying to build a practical toolkit without spending money on things you don't really need, I'd start right here. Let me know in the comments what arsenal of blades that you use. whether it's different from this setup. I'm always interested to hear what tools other leatherworkers find themselves reaching for the most. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.